Hello, FlossTube. This is Laura from the Slovak Farm. Attempt number 3 today to film my FlossTube. I'm not having a good day. And I just had a not great conversation. Going to be paying on my husband's student loans for the rest of eternity. I wonder what they're going to do when I die and there's nobody left to repay. I'm very aggravated with how Sally Mae, Edloan, whoever they are now, handles their business. Maximum screwage. Anyways, alright, it is Tuesday, July the 3rd. You guys will be seeing this on Wednesday, July the 4th. Happy 4th of July to all of my American viewers. Happy Wednesday to my non-American viewers. After my lovely afternoon, had to work late, trying to get home, trying to film this. I found out my phone will only hold a 30-minute video. It's been a day. So, I celebrated my niece's birthday over the weekend. Her birthday was yesterday, Monday the 2nd. We celebrated on Saturday. We had a picnic at my parents' house. It was good times. There were fireworks. I still jumped even though I knew the people setting them off, and I knew they were coming. I've had no more than 3 hours of sleep since Friday night because, you know, people living on 50-foot by 150-foot lots think setting off fireworks is a great idea on their property. I'm sure tonight and tomorrow night will be just as much fun. It's going to be a long week because, and it's going to be a really long last 2 work days. Even though I'm off tomorrow, Thursday and Friday, going to be great work days. Teacher walked out this morning. Completely out the building, quit, walked out. The 2 teachers in the classroom with her are on vacation. So we're already short-staffed. It's going to be a great week. Happy 4th of July week. So, I got some mail on Thursday. Bought some stuff. Because I buy stuff a lot. Won't be buying much stuff more. Ain't got no money. I bought a lap disc for my diamond painting. I need something that I can kind of move around. Actually, at this point, I have found that rolling it back in on itself and putting it back in the little plastic thingy that it came from is working. I don't know if we're going to come to a point where it doesn't work because of bulk. I may be able to continue to do that. I just may not be able to. Right now I have the diamonds and the toolkit in there with it. I may have to not put the diamonds and the toolkit in there with it, which if that happens, I'll figure something out for that. NBD. But this is coming handy with my stitching this week because it has been like hotter than you know what. It was like 90 degrees yesterday on Monday. It was 90 degrees on Sunday. It was 90 degrees. It was over 90 degrees on Sunday. It was like 95 degrees. It was over 90 degrees on Saturday. It was 90 degrees on Friday. It was like 80 something on Thursday. It's like 80 something today. It actually cooled down a little bit early afternoon because we had some thunderstorms roll through. I'm hoping the thunderstorms don't disrupt fireworks tonight. We are going down to my parents' house tonight to view, to watch the fireworks. We can see the Village of Wellington's fireworks from my parents' house. Plus, you know, other people, whatever they might be setting off. Most of the communities around here do their fireworks on the 3rd, not the 4th. A lot of people are like, oh, it's because nobody has to get up on Wednesday. No, it's because it's cheaper. It's not because people get to sleep in on the 4th of July. It's because it's cheaper. I know somebody I used to know somebody who did the fireworks things, and we learned it's cheaper. I got some stuff for my business. You don't need to see that, like, really. I mean, if you buy stuff from me, you'll see it anyways. And if you're going to the Cross Stitch Club retreat, you'll see it. The plastic baggies too, because I had to buy baggies for soap. I got this on Thursday. It is the Mirabilia Designs Anniversary Celebration Booklet. It's got a little blip about Nora in it, and some of the different designs over the years. Let's see, we've got Damascus Rose, Sleeping Beauty, Mermaid of the Pearls. I guess I should hold that up. And Nora talks a little bit about each design. Circle of Friends, the Feathered Fairy, and that's it. And she talks about the designs and sort of the inspiration behind it. I got it for this portrait of Antique Vines. It's pretty little picture right there, and it's small. I mean, I think it's let's see. It says stitched area is 60 by 100 stitches. So, and you stitch all of this right in here. You know, the pink background and everything in it. So it's a cute little design. I like designs like this. I think Marieli's are really pretty, but they're really big. And they don't necessarily flow with my decorating style. I don't really have a decorating style, to be honest. My style is whatever I like. It's eclectic. I like it. But, so, put that on my to stitch list that keeps just getting longer and longer and longer. And then, on Thursday, also, I went to Just Stitching in Strongsville. Just Stitching, because, you know, yeah, you can read the business card backwards. There's the business card. Just Stitching. Shelly was super enjoyed my time out there. You know, we kind of wandered around the store. I looked at like everything. I did. I looked through all the designs and stuff. And we chatted with Shelly. My hubby's got, because my hubby's a stitcher too, sort of, kind of. He is participating in the Cross Stitch Club retreat. He is taking a present to a stitcher. He was having a hard time deciding what he wanted. I think he just was putting it off. But he found some stuff for her. Excuse me. I'm not going to show you the stuff he got for her because I don't know if she watches this. Some of the folks in Cross Stitch Club do share this with the other folks in Cross Stitch Club. So I don't know if she watches this, and I don't want to spoil the surprise if she does. So there you go. And I went over to Joann Fabrics today. Picked up the DMC floss the charts needed. We decided not to do fabric. I decided not to do fabric for him because I don't know what kind of fabric she stitches on. She didn't tell him what kind of fabric she stitches on. And I know sometimes people are very particular, not just about like Aida and count, like Aida versus linen, their count size. They are particular about where they get their fabric because they like the fabric to feel a certain way. Woo-wee! So, I'm not saying this person is that particular, but in case she has a preference, she can pick it out however she wants. And that's how I feel. And sometimes I don't always follow the fabric that's suggested in a chart either. So, I kind of know how to get that. So, we got that stuff, and then I bought myself some patterns. I bought Country Cottage Needleworks, Main Street Series, Dress Shop. Yes, Dress Shop. I am going to change this pattern heavily. I'm going to edit the colors. I am going to change the wording right here. It's going to be edited. I got this because I really like the Country Cottage Needlework Main Street Series. It's got a gazebo in it. A lot of the elements are things that are found in my small town, and my small town is celebrating its bicentennial this year. So I'm going to kind of do up a lot of the patterns to look the more historical colorage of similar places in Wellington. I love history, and I love Wellington's history. Matter of fact, really cool story. Since I'm talking about this, there was an antique car show yesterday in Wellington. Antique. Everything was pre-1933. So they had like the Model A's, Model T's. They had the old Bonnie and Clyde. They had several of the old Bonnie and Clyde gangster cars. They had a wooden, like, I don't even know what it was called, but it, like, you know, the first ever minivan, because there was like 3 rows. I don't know what you would call it. They had an old Buick, an old open air Buick. They had several trucks. They had a Stanley steamer car. That is actually really cool to see. They actually turned it on, steamed it up, drove it. I got a couple videos of it. I will put those on the YouTube page after Wednesday after I post this. I will probably do it Wednesday evening, possibly. Depends on how I feel. It might be Thursday morning. But I will get those posted. And then if you go to my Facebook page for the Slovak farm, there are a ton of pictures of the cars in one post. I did that last night. I will likely tomorrow, because I ran out of time today. I'm trying to film this before we go to my parents' house for the fireworks. Like I said, it's been a day. I will put the Victorian fashion show, the antique fashion show, up because they did fashion from the first settlers of Wellington up to the 40s. So I think this will be really cool to stitch all together as like one piece in one row and make something like really nice. And I might not do the border. I don't know. I kind of got to look at them all together. I only have one so far. I'm going to work on getting the other ones. I think Shelly over at Just Stitching shouldn't have all of them, but she had quite a few of them. So, and I got the list of things that Just Stitching does, so I will be able to I'll be able to go over there frequently, which will make me happy, because I will have stitchy friends, because I can meet stitchy people that are close to me. Not that I don't appreciate my stitchy friends across the globe, but it's nice to have stitchy friends to sit and stitch with. So, I also got hands-on design yarn chalk. I got September and July. Red, white, and barbecue, and summer don't go. I want the April one, and then I really don't, I don't know. The other, yarn chalk ones are nice and all, they just don't do it for me. So, those are the only ones I'm gonna stitch. I feel really scatterbrained today. Very scatterbrained. And I think one of the critters is trying to get into my room. Sorry if something bangs. I also got Little House Needleworks, Grandpa's Pickup, White Farmhouse, Red Truck. My dad drove a red truck most of my childhood, and our farmhouse was white. No explanation needed outside of that, right? And then I am a sucker for a good fairy tale, especially if it is Cinderella or Beauty and the Beast. This is Cinderella, a storybook classic by Classic Colorworks and Diane Williams. Nice, cute little stitch. I have found that I am more and more drawn to the little stitches because I am a slow stitcher. My time can be a little limited to stitch. Like, I didn't have a whole lot of time last week to work on Cinderella. I was kind of bummed. I actually didn't have a whole lot of time to stitch last week. I filmed a video for my diamond painting on Friday, but that was it. So, little stuff, it seems to be a better option for me to stitch. I do have some big designs that I'm still going to do, but we'll see how this goes. And obviously, like the Main Street series, even though they're all little, it's going to be a big project. We'll see how that goes. I need to get the gazebo because I want to put the gazebo in the center. So that was pretty much my week. Hot, antique cars, and birthday parties with fireworks and lack of sleep. I'm hoping it's a better week. But like I said, I don't think it's going to be a very good end of the week because somebody walked out of work today. I love it when people do that. You are a junk human if you just walk on up out. I just threw Cinderella's bed in front. Crossword. Hang on. Okay. Sorry about that. Getting a little fired up today. feeling it today. I'm feeling a little ranty today. All right, wit time. Cinderella did not get much love. She and I have not been getting along. I have been struggling with the yellow. I keep having to recount like a bunch because I feel like I'm putting the stitches in wrong. I'm not putting the stitches in as wrong as I thought I was, but I'm recounting an awful lot to make sure I don't, because I'm very worried I'm going to put them in the wrong spot, because it gets a little confusing in here. So she didn't get as much love as I wanted to this week. I'm hoping maybe by the end of the month we'll have everything done, because there really is just this yellow, this purple, and then a little bit of the pumpkin and some steps. Goal is to have the stitching done by the end of the month. Realistically, probably going to be the end of summer the end of August before her stitching gets put in. And I might, when I'm done with her stitching, put her aside and work on a small piece. I'm really intimidated by all of this back stitch I'm going to have to do. I'm not going to lie. The back stitching and the beading is intimidating me. It's scaring me. I'm sure it'll be lovely when it's done, but it's scaring me. So we'll see where we get with that. I mean, who knows? Who knows? I could have a change of thought process sometime this month. It's going to be a busy month. It's going to be kind of a busy month. It's going to be kind of a busy month. We have a wedding to go to on the 21st. Something going on at the church the weekend before. And then, even though technically it's the first weekend in August, you know, we have a big weekend where we're going out. It's like 2.5 hours away to my aunt's property on this gorgeous lake. It's the lake weekend. We normally we stay out there Saturday. We go out there Saturday. We stay Saturday night and go to church with them on Sunday. We will not be doing that this year. We will be driving home. My husband decided we're driving home because we're going out to the other side of Cleveland for an event called The Fest. It is a Christian music celebration. It's a really cool event. There's lots of stuff to do outside of, you know, they're going to have 4 pretty big Christian artists there. Toby Mac's going to be there. I'm excited about that. I love Toby Mac. So it's going to be a busy weekend. So we will see what kind of stitching I get into this summer. It feels like summer is like really always busy. I don't know. We will see. So you would think that I had finally gotten this gal done, because like I didn't have a lot of stitch left on her. I had to finish the grass, I think, last time I updated you guys. Maybe a little bit of the dress. But did I get her completely finished? That would be a no. Got to finish up the back stitching. I'm going to take it with me to fireworks tonight. And probably take my little light that goes around my neck, around my shoulders. For light, it works like when I'm somewhere where I don't want to use this guy. I mean, this guy would be kind of difficult because I don't really have anything to clamp him onto for that. So we'll see how much I get done, and we'll go from there. I'm hoping by next week when I film, you guys, this is going to be done. I'm in no superior rush to finish any particular project. I don't have a deadline. I am going... So my cousin is getting married in the middle of the month. I'm going to put together a photo album for her with... I'm going to try to find something small, wedding-ish, to stitch for her because I know she'll appreciate it. But I'm not going to rush it, and I will give her the photo album, and I will let her know that I will get the cross stitch to her as I complete it. Probably what I'm going to do is finish this cross stitch on Cinderella and then stitch for her whatever I want to stitch for her. I also have a friend getting married in February, so I may do both of those at the same time because I'm not going to stitch anything huge for either one of them. Some people just don't like the cross stitch stuff, and I don't know, doing learned wedding samplers, you know, if it's not their style. But I think I have found projects, something that I can do for both of them. I can change the colors. It would be similar, this, you know, kind of the same pattern, but different colors. That's my plan for the rest of the summer. We'll see how well that goes. I should start writing down the things that I tell you that I'm planning, and like see how well I do, because we all know me. Well, if you know me, you know it doesn't go as planned. So those are the whips for the week. Gonna look at some finishes. So last week, after I forgot to grab my box and then I was pulling stuff out of my box to show you, I realized I have a lot of things in that finished box. I put all of my cross stitch pieces that are finished in one box and sort of let them hang out until I get around to finishing them. See how good I'm doing with that. I will get some finally finished objects. I have a couple that are finally finished somewhere. A lot of times when I stitch something for someone is when I finish it. Like I said, I've never really had anywhere to put my stuff. So we'll see. But I decided I was going to pull out something I have finished for myself and then show you things people have stitched for me along the way. I will explain the stitching for me, the stitching that has been done for me when I get to it. But first, something that I have finished for myself. This is the little bear, the little koala. I think it might be a koala bear. I don't know if it's a koala bear or just a regular bear that's looking sideways. Anyways, this is a little bear that I learned how to cross stitch with. Now this is not the first time I ever cross stitched this. This is, honestly, I stitched it like 3, maybe 4 times because it's little. I found the pattern. It was a freebie pattern. I said, Mom, can I learn how to cross stitch? Can I learn how to do this? She said, sure. She bought the fabric, you know, the roll fabric. This was back in the 90s, back in the day. And she bought the floss. It's like 3 colors, light brown, dark brown, black. And so obviously there was enough material that I could stitch this, you know, that one was really tiny. You know, growing up on a farm where you didn't have much, I stitched this like 3 times. I stitched this like 3 or 4 times. And there was actually a pattern in the tube of fabric that was like a little shamrock. I got a couple colors, stitched that a couple times in different colors. And that was really my entry into cross stitch. I don't have either of the shamrocks that I stitched. I apparently gave them away. I thought I gave away all the bears. Then I came across this little guy a couple years ago. So he's been floating around in my stuff, and I like to show him to people when I can. But he's not the very first one I stitched. The very first one I stitched I gave to an art teacher. How appropriate. So over the years, the cross stitch group that I run on Facebook has tried several incarnations of stitching gifts for each other. We did quite a few years of an exchange. You'd get paired up with someone, you'd stitch something that was a surprise for them, and then mail it out, and then people stopped mailing it, and I had more people who didn't get stuff versus people who got stuff, and I decided that this really wasn't something that we needed to continue because I didn't think it was fair to the people who were doing the projects. We tried a exchange where you got paired up with one person for the entire year. At the beginning of the year, you knew who you were stitching with for. And, you know, stitch a couple projects, a handful of projects for them throughout the year. You know, make sure they got like birthday greetings and sunshine greetings and whatnot. And that fizzled out. People stopped doing that. We have not had good luck with exchanges in my cross stitch group. We will see where the next couple of months lead. It hasn't been super active, and some of it has been my fault. I haven't been super on top of things. But we'll see where things go. I'm getting back on there. I'm running it like I hope to. But this was stitched for me. It says, Friends are the flowers in the garden of life. My friend Andrea stitched it for me. It's been, I don't know, I want to say like 3 or 4 years, probably more. Andrea is one of my bestest friends. It's funny that we got each other for the exchange because we have been really close. So we were the first exchange partners for each other. So it worked out well. She has projects that I've made for her. And if I ever figure out how to attach photos to my videos, I will attach the menorah I made her. It was really cool because she's Jewish and obviously I'm Catholic. I don't know if I've ever mentioned that, but so it was really cool to stitch the menorah for her because I like history, I like religion, I like learning about history, I like learning about different religions. And a menorah is something I would never stitch normally because I'm Catholic and most people I know are either Catholic or non-denominational Christian or they don't care about religion. So that was really fun. So those are my finishes. A brief few minutes left to show you this guy. I know, it doesn't frame very well. This is the gadget one of the gadgets that I'm digging. I don't have a whole lot of gadgets. Like I said, I don't. Like I said back in video one, I don't do gadgets. So it is a floor stand. It does not work as a floor stand for me. In order for me to sit in a chair comfortably, I'm much taller up because I'm 5'11". So it doesn't work as a floor stand, but it makes a fabulous table stand in the configuration I have it with it all the way down, like I do now. So I use it on my crafting table. I will probably put it on some folding TV trays that I just got. Once I feel like being in my living room again, I'm not gonna lie, I haven't felt like being in my living room with all this heat. My bedroom is my bedroom and my husband's office are the only rooms that are air conditioned in our house. It's been hot. It also works as a fabulous camera stand when I'm trying to film me putting cards together. And my dinky little tripod that is sitting here right now on a box doesn't work. I can't film my face very well with it because of the anglage, but my tripod works. So I'm very happy with my floor stand. It was found in my grandfather's house. My grandmother passed away in February. Yes, February, the end of February. My grandmother was a hoarder. She was a hoarder. Let's just be real. She kept a lot of stuff that we're finding now that we're going, what the what? There's a bag somewhere in this craft room. I will find it for next week of hoops and embroidery floss. We have no idea where she got it from. No idea why she got it. She was never a cross stitcher. My mother was never a stitcher. We have no idea where this came from. My grandfather's sister did rug hooking. She did quilting. I think she might have done hand embroidering. So we think that's where this came from. But it is like really old. I think the paperwork said like copyright 1989. We're pretty sure that's where it came from, which is kind of cool because I get a piece of family history. I have a quilt stand that they got from her too, that I got. So, and I've gotten a lot of really interesting stuff from my grandmother's hoarding consumption. They've found some weird stuff. So, but my gadget's my new gadget, my latest gadget. Well, I wouldn't say latest gadget because that's my newest gadget, but one of my newer gadgets is actually pretty old. So that's kind of cool. I don't have fancy. I don't need fancy. I know a lot of people get the Lowry floor stands or the Millennium floor stands with the swing arms, you know, looking into affording one of those. I had never been able to. Then I got this, and this kind of suits my needs, so I can't really complain, I guess. Someday maybe I'll get one of those nice fancy floor stands, but I really like using this because it's a piece of family history, and that's important to me. Since I got all I have for you guys, it's almost at 30 minutes. Probably by the time I say goodbye, we will be at 30 minutes. Be sure to like the video, subscribe to my channel for more videos. I promise I'm getting better at this, and knowing now that I kind of have a time limit, I feel less ramblish. So I will link below Shelly's Facebook page for just stitching. I will link below the Slovak Farm Facebook page so you can look at any pictures that I posted of the antique car show, the fashion show. I post random craft things on it. I post food things on it. It's a little bit of everything. I do run my business off of it. Also, you're not in any way, it's just easier for me though to link that than any personal page, and I don't blog. So like the video, subscribe to the channel, and make sure you click the alert button so that YouTube tells you when I am posting a new video. And I will see you guys next week. Bye.